Howdy, and welcome to Lead to Grow, Lesson 1 on root cause versus symptoms. In Lesson 1, we're going to explore to identifying cause and effect. In 1666, as the story goes, Sir Isaac Newton sat in a garden and came up with the law of gravity after watching an apple fall to the ground or after it hit him on the head, depending on which version you believe. The principle suggested that this law is easy enough to understand when gravity pulls and the apple drops. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Shallow men believe in luck. Strong men believe in cause and effect." In a cause and effect relationship, one action or event, the cause, makes another event happen, the effect. Once cause could one cause could have several effects. The cause is why it happens. To determine a cause, ask, why did this happen? The effect is what happens. To identify an effect, ask, what happened? There are 4 criteria that can help us understand this important principle. The cause has to occur before the effect. That's the first one. The second, whenever the cause happens, the effect must also occur. Third, the strength of the cause also determines the strength of the effect. And fourth, the effect is actually due to the cause rather than some other event or cause. Now, you hear a lot these days about companies using big data to run their businesses more effectively and efficiently. After attending the School of Hard Knocks for a number of years, I discovered that having the right data is only half of the equation. Retailers especially are trying to watch changing trends in consumer buying patterns, the cause, so they can respond quickly, the effect. They're using comments made via social media along with other sources and their own data to compare massive and complex amounts of data on how and why customers are changing the buying of products and services. So, can you think of other examples of cause and effect? How do you usually identify what is a cause and what is an effect? Over 25 years ago, my moving company set up an internal continuous quality improvement program. The program proved to be highly successful, which prompted me to ask the following 2 questions. How could we expand our quality program externally to our suppliers? Our suppliers were local moving companies in markets servicing our national long distance moving business. And the second was, how could we be the best customer our suppliers had ever had? Well, While asking myself these questions, I remembered hearing complaints from our suppliers that we were not paying them on time. Since we pride ourselves on paying suppliers quickly, I went to our accounting people and asked about the complaints. After they looked into our accounting system, they found all suppliers were being paid as scheduled and on time per our internal measurable performance goals. Then I went to our billing people to ask them about the complaints. After they looked into our billing system, they found they were processing the supplier's invoices as soon as we received them and setting up the payment rather quickly, as defined by that department's measurables goals. So why were our suppliers complaining? While I was talking with our billing people, one person said that if the suppliers would send in their invoices in a timely manner, which would which is the cause, they would be paid faster. The effect. Well, bingo, we found the cause. We immediately began to compare the data that suppliers completed their portion of the moving job with the date that we received their invoice. And to our surprise, the gap averaged, get this, 28 days. 28 days between when they completed work and when we receive an invoice. We weren't slow in processing invoices. They were late in sending them to us. Once we started giving our suppliers measurable feedback on the number of days it took for us to receive their invoices, it was amazing how quickly the average number of days came down. Through our measurable feedback, our suppliers found that the slow pay, the effect, was not due to us paying slowly, but that their invoices were just sitting on someone's desk all month, waiting to be sent at the end of the month, the cause. They were then able to correct the issue on their end. This was my first experience in using measurable performance goals to understand cause and effect, and in observing how we could use measurable feedback to solve a complaint or a problem, or even to learn of an opportunity. And I've used it many times since. I encourage you to put this approach into practice at your own business. And I'm confident it will produce clear and positive results for you as it has for me. So, would you like to be more effective in solving complaints and problems? How could you use measurable goals and feedback in your organization? Well, in lesson one, we have been exploring to identifying cause and effect. And in this lesson one, write down one or two action items that you would like to take. And this concludes lesson one on root cause versus symptoms.